Did you know that the basic concept of a rocket dates back to ancient Greece? Yes, indeed, the seed of the idea was planted over 2,000 years ago by a Greek engineer named Hero. He invented a simple, steam-powered device known as the aeolipile. This contraption, a hollow sphere mounted so that it could turn on a pair of hollow tubes, would spin when heated water turned into steam and jetted out from tiny holes in the sphere. Though far from a rocket as we understand it today, Hero's aeolipile laid the groundwork for the principles of rocket propulsion. Fast forward a few centuries to China, where the invention of gunpowder gave birth to the earliest forms of true rocketry. These were simple tubes, sealed at one end, filled with gunpowder and lit at the other. The ignited gunpowder created a force that propelled the tube forward. It was a basic design, yet it was the first time mankind had created something that could overcome the pull of gravity, if only for a moment. These early rockets, however, were not used to explore the heavens. Instead, they found a more terrestrial and often destructive application: warfare. From the fire arrows of medieval China to the Congreve rockets used by the British in the early 19th century, the power of rocketry was harnessed primarily for military purposes. Yet this was just the beginning. These early rockets, as crude and as rudimentary as they were, served as the stepping stones to something far greater. They sparked the imaginations of inventors and engineers who would take these fundamental principles and refine them, improve upon them, to create more sophisticated propulsion systems. Each iteration, each advancement, brought mankind one step closer to the stars. And the journey, as we know, is far from over. These early rockets, as crude as they were, paved the way for the development of more sophisticated propulsion systems. The true birth of modern rocketry began in the 20th century with a man named Robert H. Goddard. Goddard was an American physicist and engineer whose pioneering work laid the foundation for the rockets we see today. Born in Massachusetts in 1882, Goddard was a dreamer. As a young boy, he dreamt of creating a device that could reach the stars. His dream was not far-fetched, as he would grow up to become the father of modern rocketry. In the early 1900s, Goddard began experimenting with rocket propulsion. His aim was to create a rocket that could carry humans to space. His innovative thinking and relentless pursuit of this goal led him to make significant contributions to rocket science. In 1926, Goddard successfully launched the world's first liquid-fueled rocket. The launch, though modest by today's standards, was a historic milestone. This small rocket, which reached a height of just 41 feet, marked the beginning of the era of liquid-fueled rockets. Behind the launch was a simple yet profound principle: Newton's third law of motion. This law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Goddard applied this principle to rocket propulsion. He theorized that if a rocket could expel gas at high speed in one direction, it would move in the opposite direction. This is the fundamental principle behind how rockets work today. Goddard continued to develop and refine his rockets, making numerous advancements in rocket technology. He held 214 patents in rocketry, many of which are still in use today. More than just a scientist, Goddard was a visionary. He saw the potential of rockets for space exploration long before anyone else. While Goddard's work was largely unrecognized during his lifetime, his contributions to rocket science have had a lasting impact. He laid the groundwork for the rockets that would take humans to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. His revolutionary ideas and inventions paved the way for the space age. Goddard's pioneering work set the stage for the space age that was soon to follow. The race to space was fueled by the tensions of the Cold War. The space age, an era of unprecedented innovation and competition, dawned under the shadow of this global conflict. The world watched as the two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, turned their gazes skyward, their rivalry echoing in the vast expanses of space. The seeds of this celestial contest were sown during the Second World War, with Germany's development of the V-2 rocket. This machine of war, the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile, was a harbinger of the technological advancements that would soon propel humanity into the cosmos. In the aftermath of the war, both the United States and the Soviet Union scrambled to secure the knowledge and expertise behind the V-2. The race was on, not just for military supremacy, but for the prestige of being the first nation to conquer the final frontier. The Soviet Union fired the starting gun on October 4th, 1957, with the launch of Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite to orbit the Earth. This tiny metal sphere, no larger than a beach ball, emitted a simple radio signal that reverberated around the globe, signaling the USSR's early lead in the space race. Yet the Soviets didn't stop there. On April 12, 1961, cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first man to leave the bonds of Earth behind. His historic flight aboard Vostok 1 lasted just 108 minutes, but in that brief span of time, Gagarin etched his name into the annals of history and placed another feather in the cap of the Soviet Union. However, these victories were not without their effects. They spurred the United States into action, setting the stage for the monumental achievements that were to come. The space race not only accelerated the development of rocket technology, but also ignited a global interest in space exploration. This competition, born out of conflict, ultimately united us in our shared curiosity and our collective aspiration to explore the universe beyond the confines of our home planet. The evolution of rocket engines has enabled us to venture further into space than ever before. In the grand tapestry of space exploration, rocket engines have been the looms weaving us into the cosmos. The Saturn V, the titan of the Apollo moon missions, remains one of the most iconic symbols of this endeavour. With its F1 engines, it was a marvel of engineering. The F1, the most powerful single-nozzle liquid-fueled rocket engine ever created, propelled astronauts out of Earth's atmosphere and set them on the path to the moon. The thunderous roar of these engines still resounds in our collective memory as a testament to human ingenuity. Yet, as we pushed the boundaries of space exploration, we realized the need for sustainability. The Space Shuttle program, with its reusable solid rocket boosters, represented a significant step towards this goal. These boosters, after propelling the Space Shuttle into orbit, would detach and parachute back to Earth to be reused. This was our first taste of reusable rocket technology, a concept that would revolutionize space travel in the years to come. Enter SpaceX, a company that has taken this concept to new heights. Their Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets, with their reusable first stages, have changed the game. These rockets launch payloads into space, then return to Earth, landing vertically with a grace that belies their immense power. This reusability drastically reduces the cost of space travel, making it more accessible than ever before. And then there's the Raptor engine, powering the Starship, SpaceX's ambitious project to make life multiplanetary. This methane-fueled engine, designed for reusability and performance, is poised to carry us to Mars and beyond. From the thunderous roar of the Saturn V to the graceful landing of a Falcon 9, the journey of rocket engines mirrors our own journey into the cosmos. Each advancement, each leap forward, brings us closer to the stars. Today's rocket engines are a testament to our unyielding curiosity and desire to explore the cosmos. As we stand on the brink of a new era in space exploration, the future of rocketry looks brighter than ever. The horizons of our knowledge are expanding, and with them, the possibilities for rocket technology. Imagine a world where rockets aren't just fueled by chemicals, but by the very fabric of the universe itself. We're talking about nuclear propulsion, an idea that's been around since the mid-20th century. But it's only now that we're starting to see the potential benefits of this technology. With nuclear propulsion, we could reach Mars in just a matter of months rather than years, making interplanetary travel more feasible than ever before. But the future of rocketry isn't just about going faster, it's also about going further. That's where ion drives come in. Unlike traditional rocket engines that burn fuel, ion drives use electricity to create thrust. This makes them incredibly efficient, allowing spacecraft to travel further and for longer periods of time. One day, ion drives could be the key to exploring the outer reaches of our solar system and perhaps even beyond. The future of rocketry is not just about new technologies, but also about new destinations. Mars has long been a target for human exploration, and with advancements in rocket technology, this dream is becoming more and more achievable. But Mars is just the beginning. The vast expanse of space is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Who's to say what new worlds we might find as we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible? But perhaps the most exciting aspect of the future of rocketry is the unknown. the innovations we can't yet imagine, the discoveries we have yet to make. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, who knows where the evolution of rocket engines will take us next?